Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a YouTube video, and the title, well, it's something else. Millionaire gives $350 to beggar, and the next day sees her at his lover's grave, who died 23 years. Talk about clickbait,
And you
right?
said it. But sometimes those crazy titles, they hook you for a reason. This one, it's a story about loss, family secrets, the stuff you wouldn't expect from a headline like that.
Exactly. So let's dive in. Our main guy is Richard, wealthy businessman, but he's still torn up about his wife, Emily. She died 23 years ago, and he never really moved on.
It's that kind of grief that sticks with you, the what ifs, the road not taken. I think a lot of people have felt that, even if it's not as dramatic as Richard's situation.
For sure. So Richard's leaving work one day, rainy, miserable weather, and he sees this young mother and her baby trying to stay dry. Now, this is a guy used to million-dollar deals, right?
Yeah.
But he does something unexpected, gives her a big chunk of money.
Seems like a small thing, maybe, but for him it's huge. Like he's trying to fill a void, connect with something.
And that's where things get crazy.
Yeah.
The very next day, Richard goes to Emily's grave. He does this every day, by the way. And guess who's there? That same woman and her baby.
Whoa, hold on. You can't make this stuff up.
I'm telling you, turns out her name's Sophie, and she thinks Emily was her mother. And the baby, that's Daniel. Suddenly, Richard's whole world is flipped on its head.
No kidding. It's like, who is Emily hiding this from and why? And what does it mean for Richard? Now it's not just about missing his wife, it's about a family he never knew existed.
So Richard's standing there at his wife's grave,
Mhm.
looking at this young woman, maybe his daughter. Talk about an emotional overload.
You can't even imagine. His whole world is shifted. And I think that's what makes this story so powerful. It's not just the surprise, it's how we deal with the unknown, even in the closest relationships.
And Sophie, she just found out about her mom's past, and now there's this guy, could be her dad, living this totally different life. A lot to handle for both of them, right?
Absolutely. It shows how secrets can have this ripple effect. They echo through generations. And it's not just about figuring out the past, it's about, well, what do you do with this new information?
Right. Where do you even go from there? So Richard, he wants answers. He starts digging into Emily's past, trying to understand why she kept Sophie a secret. And that's where the journal comes in.
Classic, right? You knew a journal had to be involved.
Oh, yeah. And it's intense. He finds this entry where Emily says she was afraid to tell him about the baby. She thought he didn't want kids, so she kept quiet, thought she was protecting him.
Trying to do the right thing, but sometimes those good intentions, they backfire. It happens. Makes you think, though, is it better to be honest even if it hurts, or stay silent, try to protect someone?
Tough question. I bet Richard's asking himself the same thing, reading her words like that. But wait, there's more. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, Sophie drops another bomb.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah, this story just keeps twisting. She finds a letter hidden away with Emily's things. It's from some guy, James Porter, an old friend of Richard's. And the way it's written sounds like there's something going on between him and Emily.
Wow. So now it's not just about a secret daughter, it's a possible affair. This is a lot for Richard to process. His whole image of Emily is changing.
Yeah, like a punch to the gut,
Right.
right after he found out about Sophie. And we all know Richard, he's not one to just let things go. He goes straight to James, wants answers about this letter, about their past.
Oh man, that's gonna be good. Years of unspoken stuff about to come out.
So last we left off, Richard's world is pretty much upside down, right? Secret daughter, hidden letters, a past he never knew about. And now he's going to confront James face to face.
Yeah, talk about a tense situation. You'd expect some fireworks, right?
For sure. But the thing is, this video, it doesn't go for that over-the-top drama. It's more about how real people would react to something this heavy.
Exactly. It's about those raw emotions, the quiet tension. More impactful that way, I think.
Totally. So what about James and Emily? What does Richard find out?
Well, it turns out it wasn't some big love affair, just a brief thing, before Richard and Emily got serious. James even says it wasn't a big deal, but for Richard, it makes you question everything, right? Did Emily love him? Any regrets? Tough stuff.
No kidding. If you were Richard, would you even want to know those answers? Or is it just going to hurt more, knowing it might not change anything?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Truth, even if it hurts, or just moving on, accepting you'll never know the whole story. Richard's journey, it really shows how someone might deal with that.
And how does he deal with it? Does he get angry,
Well-
bitter? Or can he accept this new reality, still love Emily, even with all this new information?
It'd be easy to go down that bitter road,
Yeah.
right? Feel betrayed, like his whole life was a lie. But Richard, he does something unexpected. He chooses forgiveness. He chooses to focus on the present, on Sophie and Daniel.
Wow. So he goes from grieving husband to
What?
father figure, grandfather. That's a huge shift.
It is, and it's not easy. There are awkward moments, uncertainty, that sadness for Emily is always there. But Richard, he leans into it, embraces this new family, messy as it is.
So it's a happy ending then. Because I gotta admit, I'm rooting for the guy. He deserves some happiness after all this.
Me too. And yeah, it's a happy ending. He finds real joy with Sophie and Daniel. The love he has for them as a grandfather is really something. Proof that family can be found in unexpected ways, and forgiveness, well, it's a powerful thing.
Wow, talk about a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We started with this crazy clickbait title and ended up talking about loss, secrets, forgiveness, the kind of stuff that stays with you.
It really makes you think, life throws curveballs, but even in the darkest moments, there's always potential for growth, for connection. That's what I take away from this story.
Me too. And to our listeners, here's something to think about. What if you found out a secret about your family, something that changed everything? Could you embrace it? Choose forgiveness over anger. It's a tough question, but maybe, just maybe, it holds the key to understanding ourselves and the people we love a little better. Until next time on The Deep Dive, keep exploring.